is going to be a little different. I'm not going to add everyone. I'm just going to put it. Alright, I'm back. My bad. Just, okay, so. Sorry, I gotta test something real quick. But, I want to make, this video about Rocky 5 a little different. You know I take care of a lot more of my experience videos in this style where I'm talking to a camera about the movie, okay? And, sorry, I ate food earlier, like a sandwich, big-ass sandwich, tons of lettuce in it, tons of cheese, salami. So I had a big sandwich. I got, like, a little bit of sandwich shit on my breath, or, you know, in my shit. But, I wanted to talk about Rocky 5, and obviously what led to me watching the movie and all that stuff. So, let's get it on. So, about an hour or two so after I made my experience video talking about people annoying me with, you know, my past. People annoying me by talking about that stuff on a regular, right? I felt kind of good letting all that shit out, you know? Just being, I felt really good letting that out, right? So, about an hour or so after that video, I decided to try and do Thunder Ray for some reason, thinking that was a good idea, even though I still feel the same about it as I did earlier. I wanted to see if anything changed, so I gave that a try, right? And after I gave Thunder Ray a try, I obviously uninstalled it because it's just not it. Let me tell you, it's not it, bro. Not it. Yeah, it was not it. It was kind of garbage. I didn't really enjoy the game. Again, go figure. Right? So, I went over on my bed, and I told myself, like, I was gonna watch YouTube, I was gonna, watch some Call Me Johnny like I said in the last video, and you know what? Funny enough, I didn't watch some Call Me Johnny. I tried watching another video before that, but I tried watching another video, I think it was like another person talking about like God of War or something like that, right? So after that, it just clicked in my brain that I need to watch Rocky. It's been forever since I watched Rocky. You know, when was the last time? And I didn't look at the release, like the last time I posted a video about Rocky, but all I remember is that I haven't made a video on Rocky ever since that PSP game I talked about. At least to my knowledge, if I'm correct on that. That's what my brain remembered, right? So I decided to spend maybe like 20, 30 minutes watching the movie, right? I know. That's why I said pseudo for a reason. I got the one-hand jam going on, playing with one hand, thinking of... Okay. Thanks. My mom isn't with us anymore, but thanks for saying that. Appreciate that, man. But anyways, as I was saying about Rocky 5, I remember I sat down I was going to sit down on the table over here on the side that you can't see. And I said, you know what? We're going to watch Rocky tonight. Right? So I decided to, you know what? I'm not dealing with it. So that's what's going to happen. Right? But, Banana Pie, how you doing? But anyways, salutations. So I decided to go make a sandwich. And I put lettuce, I put 3 pieces of cheese, salami in that bitch. And I sat down ready to watch the movie. And Amazing Pet, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you, because now we're at, 3,750 subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. I gained a lot of subscribers last time for some reason, last video. I guess other people kind of sympathized with that or something. But, well, fair. But anyways, so I made my sandwich. I started watching, and I'm going to be spoiling the Rocky 5 movie, so if you don't want to... Whoa! Bandana Pipe, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate that, or 99 cents. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You did not need to donate to me. Not at all. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're welcome. Damn, thank you. But back to what I was saying. I'm gonna spoil the movie. So if you haven't seen Rocky 5, I recommend you watch that before I start like really going off on Rocky 5, because that's what this stream's about. I know you can't see the title or the thumbnail, but that's what this is about for anyone wondering. This is about Rocky 5. The King's channel, welcome. Welcome to stream. But anyways, as I was saying, right? I sat down, I got my sandwich, I started watching, and I remember the beginning of Rocky 5. This is the beginning. This is how many seconds I'm going to give. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To click off the video so you don't get spoiled. Alright, that's 0. So now I'm going to spoil the movie a little bit. Alright, because I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a bit of it, right? And I remember the intro starts out with Rocky versus, Drago, Ivan Drago, right? One of the biggest dudes I've ever seen Rocky take out. And it was a pretty legendary fight, right? Pretty crazy, pretty drastic, right? It starts off with that, like, as the opening little scene of the movie. And later on, I remember black dude, the dude that was Rocky's coach, since, Creed's coach, was saying, "That's right, Rocky, that's right. You the legend, you the GOAT. That's what I'm talking about." And Rocky was just in the showers, like feeling very off, feeling very different. And I remember Rocky said, my boy over there, go get Adrian." And when I saw Rocky and Adrian have that moment when Rocky turned off the showers, had a towel around him and shit. Yo, in the beginning of this movie, usually in Rocky movies, they never really show, like, the dark side of boxing all that much. I mean, they do, but they don't at the same time. It's kind of like a mix, right? But, I remember when I saw Rocky's hands, "Adrian, my hands won't stop shaking." I remember when I watched that, like, a little bit ago, and I shat bricks, okay? I remember that moment because I felt Rocky way too many times during that bit with his hands constantly shaking, because there were so many moments in my life when I was playing Punch-Out Wii. I know it's a video game in comparison to Rocky, aka in a real life situation, in the verse anyway, in the movie verse, not Sylvester Stallone himself, but Rocky's character. Him going through that adrenaline rush, that survivor instinct, that survivor mode, and all the adrenaline kicking in after Ivan Drago hitting him so many times over and over that he couldn't stop his own hands and his whole body shaking from just the mere idea of fighting Ivo, like Drago, dude. That dude was big. His punches hit like a truck, and it's like that. Seeing that aftermath really reminded me of myself, because I remember when I played Punch-Out Wii so many times, the adrenaline throughout my whole body. I was always in fight or flight mode. 9 times out of 10, when I play a video game now, dude, I feel like it's almost a sort of psychological trauma response to try to bounce away or get away from this because of how much it put me through. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but to me, I remember seeing Rocky go through that. That really scared me. That made me think of what I went through when going through Punch-Out or Crash Bandicoot 4 and stuff. I know, past experiences. I'm over it now, but it just reminded me of how I was. Because I remember when I was like that, shaky, jittery, having that, having all that in my head going on. I was afraid. That was the first scene that really stuck with me in this movie. And I remember after that, Adrian and Rocky, they lost their house due to, her brother's dumbass antics by trying to get business deals and trying to become a businessman and whatnot and so on. He gambled all of their money in one night and basically lost millions upon millions of dollars, forcing Rocky to go back to his hometown to go live there with his son and wife, which I thought was extremely fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Adrian's brother is a fuck up, bro. Like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked him. I understood why he does the things that he does to survive because he was constantly in a bad spot and whatever. And I get it. Once you're in a bad spot for so long, you don't really get out of that mindset super easily, you know, especially at his age. It's like he's probably going to act that way for the rest of his days. But he definitely fucked Rocky out of so much of his money. And I remember that scene also sticking with me throughout the movie. Though very sad that they had to go back to their very first spot. I remember Rocky wasn't too happy about that because Rocky finally, because keep this in mind, Rocky in Rocky 1, you know, Rocky 2, you see him like basically having a shitty life. Like he basically was almost living on the streets, barely affording what he afforded and all that other sort of stuff, right? Just barely being able to do that. Just barely. Barely being able to do that, you know. Just barely. And yet that man, low key, now is forced to go back to living in a sort of similar way when, you know, he didn't want to live that way ever again. He wanted his son and obviously his wife to live the happiest life, not live like they used to, you know. Obviously, Adrian's a little used to it, but keep this in mind. Their little kid is not all right with that. He has not lived that life. So this is his first time seeing all that shit. LW Fitness, what's going on? How you doing, man? Welcome to stream. Just talking about Rocky 5 for a little bit. His little son isn't used to this type of lifestyle, so it's kind of weird for him. All at the same time, you know, living what his dad used to live. So that kind of stuck with me for a while. And I remember his son and, you know, Rocky, Adrian, his brother got in a big argument that Rocky's kid overheard. That was another moment that kind of stuck with me because I remember hearing my mom and dad argue all the time, and that would affect me a lot. And I remember in later moments of the movie, like his son was really affected by the move. And, you know, Rocky said to his wife when looking in the attic for their old fits and stuff, their old clothing they got to go through so they can use, you know, bring what they want to go move. I remember Rocky said, I'm about to go down to the old place and go kick it, and go see old sights and shit, since I'm going to be back in the city. And I remember Rocky went to the same boxing gym that, you know, old boy met Mikey, a.k.a. Rocky's mentor and stuff, and kind of sort of father figure in a way, you know, because Rocky never really had a mom and dad, so he was kind of on his own for a long time. So he looked up to Mikey as, you know, father figure, and obviously he passed away in Rocky 3, if you didn't know that. And he was just reminiscing, and this kind of hit me hard too, just hearing Mikey and Rocky have moments together, you know, just talking and saying, you can go get Apollo Creed, you can kick his ass, Rocky, you got this, and just Rocky reminiscing on the words Mikey said to him way back then in the gym, that rundown, because the gym is so run down now by Rocky 5, it's not even funny. There's barely any bags in there, broken windows, place is dirty, no one's taken care of it over time. And it's like, fuck, bro. Fuck. It hurt my feelings seeing that boxing gym just so empty, except for one sandbag in there that's still standing, and just Rocky having that moment. And this is where I kind of told myself, and after one more moment, and then I'll told myself about the movie and how I feel about it. But I remember as well, like after that moment, it was revealed to us that Rocky, after the Ivan Draco fight, suffered brain damage. He suffered brain trauma. And I remember when they said that, bro, and I'm like, Rocky in this movie and Rocky 6 is fighting with literal brain trauma. And no one in the world, for what I've seen, knows about that. That is fucking rough. I'm gonna be honest, that is rough. And another thing I really disliked slash really hated about Rocky Five a little bit, in my opinion, was when, and this was obviously the scene before, around the more of the beginning of the movie, but I really want to talk about it. It was when Rocky literally just landed back home. Not even joking about this. The man literally just landed home, immediately put in a press conference. He was saying shit about being done with boxing. He's going to retire. Ivan Draco was way too fucking much for me to deal with, way too much for me to handle. And literally, this random black dude came in saying, I want my challenger here to fight Rocky Balboa right now. And I'm sitting here like, bro, fuck you, man. Rocky literally just got done fighting Ivo. It wasn't even a day later, brother. It was literally just mere moments ago. He just got done doing that, just landed in America. In that verse, obviously, it was a few hours later, but you get me, right? Just like a few mere moments after we just got out of Rocky shaking his fucking hands, bro. You know, he immediately gets pressed by this other dude about boxing. And I remember Adrian said, Rocky is not fucking fighting, fuck off. You know, and Rocky was like, all right. And everyone was getting pissed off. Excuse me, riled up that Rocky's not fighting. We need to have answers. We need to know. And I'm like, dude, y'all don't get it, man. Fuck off from this, man. Let that man live. He literally fought somebody that was using steroids to power himself up, bro. And on top of that, that nigga was way bigger than Rocky. And he was taking hits that were fucking powerful. More powerful than anything he's ever fought before that. And his training in Rocky 3 was ridiculous. Or not Rocky 3, Rocky 4 was crazy too. But anyways, back to what I was saying about that other bit. Once we discovered Rocky had brain damage and all that other sort of stuff, I remember it was like right after that scene, I was feeling kind of, and this is where I start to understand where everybody that was talking about how Rocky 5 and Rocky 6 are just not as good as Rocky 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 were. And I don't know. I'm not trying to follow those people and just, and by the way, thank you for the one person watching. I appreciate that. Leave a like if you can, if you want to, anyway. What is it? I don't know if it's just me or two people. I just saw two people. Make sure you leave a like. But I don't know if it's just me. But I don't want to copy all those other guys. But I feel like I'm kind of falling out of Rocky for like a different reason, right? Not because the movie is bad, like other people say. I have like I noticed like how I'm watching these movies, right? And the more Rocky I watch, the less and less interested I am in like sort of pseudo continuing that shit. Like, for example, right? I remember when I was watching Rocky 1 and I watched it and I fell in love with it. I loved Rocky 1 to death. You know what I mean? I thought it was so fucking cool. You know, that Rocky 1. I understand why everyone loved it. It's the GOAT. All right? And then Rocky 2. You guys know how I felt about Rocky 2, man. I loved Rocky 2. Rocky 2 was a solid movie. I loved it. I loved it even more than the first one. Rocky 2 was awesome. And then when I saw Rocky 3, I was like, I kind of was pulled out of it because I didn't really like the other character, that big old dude. I can't remember his name in Rocky 3, but I just kind of didn't like him. Like, I think it was something Clubber. I didn't really care about him as a character, so that's why I didn't really watch the movie all that much, other than like pseudo watching it. And then I got spoiled on the movie too, due to like an AMV or whatever the fuck. So, about what happened to it. That's why I didn't really watch Rocky 3. But then I came back with Rocky 4, and I fucking loved it because Ivan Draco was so interesting as a character, and Rocky was interesting, and obviously what happened to Creed, you know, what happened there, Creed, you know, happened, and whatnot. But with this movie, I took months out of my days because, one, the service I was watching Rocky on obviously got shut down, so I had to wait a long time. And on top of that, I wasn't like in any rush to really watch Rocky 5, you know? I kind of sort of pseudo moved on from Rocky in a weird way, you know? I started watching Hachime no Ippo and shit. Because I think I got into Punch Out and then like I think a little bit of Ippo and then Rocky, or I got into Punch Out, then Rocky, and then it was Punch Out, then Rocky, then Ippo and stuff, and then after Ippo, obviously, you know, later stuff. But I remember like, you know, I don't know if it's because of just how I am as a person now, but like, I was again getting less and less interested in watching these movies. And I feel like another reason why I didn't want to watch Rocky 5 is because I feel like it's because I've seen the same song and dance time and time again. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Each Rocky movie has a structure, right? It goes like the beginning of the movie, we get an opening to what happened previously. Or, for example, if it's Rocky 1, then that didn't happen. But Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, and Rocky, obviously, 5 all have the opening from what happened last time to kind of get you up to speed. And then we get to know what the hell is happening with Rocky in his life, with Adrian, and that sort of shit. It has like a very similar flow. Like each movie of Rocky, and I get it, it's all about him, so of course it's going to have a similar flow. Like, of course you're going to see Rocky and Adrian's lives, but it's like every single movie's got to start out like that, it feels like. Like, in some way, it's got to start out with, like, the same flow. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird to me, because it's like, obviously I've never seen Rocky 5, but I can already tell how it's going to flow. It's like, okay, you got Rocky and Adrian having a moment here. Rocky figured out some devastating news about something here. Or about some new opponent wanting to box him up. Obviously, because it's a boxing movie, so of course he's going to get that. Right? They fight because Rocky is in some sort of shithole situation. And he's forced to fight. Literally, Rocky 4 did this. Rocky was going to retire until Apollo Creed said, I'm a fighter till the end, my nigga. Are you with me or not? And look what happened to Apollo Creed. And that's what forced Rocky back into boxing in general in the 4th movie. You know, and it's like, what's going to force Rocky to get back in the boxing again? Because he's been wanting to be done since, like, Rocky fucking 3. All right? After he won the championship, I think it was Rocky 3 that he really just genuinely wanted to be done with the shit. You know? But Apollo Creed pulled him back in on that one. Or not 3, 4. You know, Apollo pulled him back in for that one, and I was kind of bothered by that. But because it kind of reminds me of how I am and how I am in my life, where people try to pull me into shit I don't want to be involved with sometimes. It kind of reminds me of that in a weird way. But anyways, as I was saying, right, I feel like the reason why I didn't really fully connect with Rocky 5 in comparison to the other movies is because of the mere fact I know how it's going to work. I know the flow, like I said previously. And it's like, I couldn't really, I mean, I connected with scenes in the movie, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I care about Rocky, Adrian, his kid, and all that shit. But it's like, it's the same song and dance over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, yes, okay, Rocky accepts this challenge, or Adrian's wife, or not Adrian's wife, Rocky's wife does this, does that, whatever, so on and so forth and shit. Oh, what? You know, does this. She has to forcefully accept Rocky to get into another fight, or Rocky has to fight because of some shit that he did, and whatever. And it's just like, I don't know. And, I'm kind of sitting there like, because I kind of know the flow of these, I don't care much about Rocky 5 all that much. And I know, you know, people were really excited for my experiences every time I did a Rocky thing, you know. And again, I know, you know, but at the same time, to me, it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Rocky 5, I get it. It has its flow. It does what it wants to do, but I just can't care. And again, it's not the movie's fault, and it's not Sylvester Stallone's fault for creating it the way that it was and how he does his movie style. It's just that I've seen it so fucking much and so consistently that I'm kind of sitting there realizing the flow of Rocky and how Rocky movies tend to work 9 times out of 10. And I kind of don't like that. And now I understand why I took as many breaks from Rocky as I did possible. It's because the more I watched, the less and less excited I was for the next one. Which, again, this wasn't really true until like maybe the third movie. You know, that's where, like I said, the third movie is where I fell off originally because of certain things. And again, like I said, the fourth one brought me back, but now I'm starting to feel the same way with the fifth one. And now it's kind of like, I don't even know if I want to review Rocky Balboa. And keep this in mind as well. I have a problem watching shit nowadays, you know? I'm all about that video game shit. I want to interact with what I'm doing, not just watch something. It's like I said, it's hard for me to watch something unless I'm super invested in it or something. And this can apply to a video game too. It's not just movies. I don't want... So you bought almond milk? I got a lot to tell your ass. But yeah, anyways. Guys, top it. Can I get a sip?
Yeah. It's good, actually.
Almond milk?
Yeah.
You drink almond milk?
I just tried it today.
Huh?
I like it.
How much was this? $1.55? Wait, are you serious? Like it was $1.55?
It's cheap as fuck. Yeah.
You didn't look at the price, did you?
$2.
Okay. $1.55. That was pretty close. I definitely taste almonds in that shit.
I like almonds. Almonds are good.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, my bad for getting a little off topic in this Rocky review. It's just that's kind of how I feel with modern day Rocky right now. Is I'm just not really feeling it as I once was when in comparison, definitely in comparison to Rocky 2. That was goated. But in Rocky 1 and 2, Rocky 1 and 2, they are straight flames. So is Rocky 4. That's straight flames too. But Rocky 3 and 5, I just don't care much for them. And obviously, you guys sort of kind of know that if you watched my Rocky PSP video, where I was kind of feeling a little bit of the same feeling as well. Also, Louis, we forgot the notepad. Fuck. Okay. But I'm just saying, we forgot about the notepad. Yeah, that one's pretty much out. But for my experience purposes and with EPO or whatever and other things. But anyways, I digress, right? I'm going to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. I know this was a late night stream. I apologize for that. It's just that nowadays, whenever I think of something, you know, I don't want to hold back, you know, and say, it's 3 a.m. for me. Oh, damn, dude. Well, thank God I didn't add everybody, because usually I would do that, but I'm trying my best not to if I'm going to do a late stream. But anyways, I'm gonna get going, because y'all know me. I do like making streams. Anyways, what I was trying to say is y'all know me, man. Whenever I stream, right, I like streaming whenever I feel like it, and whenever I have something going for a stream, it's like I want to do it for a stream, you know what I mean? I want to do it immediately, so I just do it. You know, I'm not a guy that just likes to sit around on ideas sometimes. Sometimes I will sit around on ideas, but most times if I want to do it, I'll just go and do it, which is why a lot of streams kind of came out the way they've been. Anyways, just wanted to explain myself a little bit. I want to thank Banana Pie for donating 99 cents. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was not expecting a donation at all. And also, Dark Soul, welcome to stream. And also, I'll see you in the next one. I just want to make this a little short and kind of let y'all know that, yes, I have watched Rocky 5. Though it's not really all that, in my opinion. But that's just me, okay? Don't just take my word for it by saying Rocky 5 is just meh. Watch it for yourself, please. I can't recommend any proper websites, but I definitely would recommend Probably some Roblox tomorrow. But I would definitely recommend that you buy like the Rocky movie set collection and watch them at your own pace and your own leisure, or maybe find them on Amazon Prime Video or some place that we can, that you can watch it. I try your best not to illegally watch the shit. You know what I mean? Try your best not to do that, because if you watch it illegally, obviously you can get in trouble for that and whatnot, so on and so forth. But anyways, again, like, comment, subscribe. But if you don't have any other ways, then I guess if no one's gonna find out how you did it or why you did it. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. I'll see you guys next time or tomorrow for a new Roblox stream that I might be benching Block Tales again, because Dark Soul, I'm fucking stuck. But anyways, deuces.